Welcome to my channel. World Scene News. Subscribe to my channel for news updates all around the world. What powers the magic of artificial intelligence? Behind every breakthrough, every jaw-dropping AI demo, and every futuristic promise, there's a hidden engine driving it all. It's not just about clever algorithms or massive datasets. There's a physical heart beating at the center of this revolution. For years, the answer has been Nvidia's graphics processing unit, or GPU. These chips are the unsung heroes, quietly crunching numbers at unimaginable speeds, powering everything from self-driving cars to language models that can write poetry. Originally, GPUs were designed for one thing: making video games look amazing. But as researchers pushed the boundaries of artificial intelligence, they discovered that the same hardware that rendered lifelike explosions and dazzling graphics was also perfect for the complex, parallel math that AI demands. This happy accident transformed Nvidia from a niche gamer's brand into the undisputed king of the AI revolution. Suddenly, everyone, from startups to tech giants, needed Nvidia's chips to stay in the race. Their profit margins, staggering, around 70%. In an industry where hardware is often a cutthroat, low-margin business, Nvidia stands out as a rare exception, raking in profits that would make even the most successful tech companies envious. Imagine selling a product for 3 times what it costs to make. That's Nvidia's business model. Their chips are so essential, so in demand, that customers are willing to pay a premium, sometimes even waiting months just to get their hands on the latest models. Every major tech company, from Microsoft to Meta, has been clamoring for Nvidia's GPUs. These chips are the backbone of the cloud, the brains behind AI research, and the secret weapon in the race to build smarter, faster technology. This dominance has made Nvidia one of the world's most valuable companies, with a market cap soaring into the trillions. Wall Street can't get enough, and investors have watched in awe as Nvidia's stock price has skyrocketed. Investors saw Nvidia as unstoppable, led by its iconic CEO, Jensen Huang. With his trademark leather jacket and visionary leadership, Huang has become a symbol of Silicon Valley's relentless drive for innovation. The story seems simple: AI is the future, and Nvidia is building it. Their chips are the foundation for the next wave of technological progress, from smarter robots to more intuitive digital assistants. But when you're sitting on a golden throne, others want a piece. The lure of massive profits and industry dominance is too tempting to ignore. The scent of those profits has attracted some of the biggest sharks in tech. Rivals are circling, each determined to claim a share of the AI gold rush and challenge Nvidia's supremacy. Nvidia's uncontested reign is ending. The party is about to be crashed. The next chapter in the AI hardware race is just beginning, and the stakes have never been higher. So, who's crashing Nvidia's party? The answer might surprise you. It's not a group of scrappy upstarts or unknown disruptors sneaking in through the back door. Instead, the guests making the biggest splash are some of the most powerful names in technology. We're talking about tech giants, Huawei, Amazon, and Google. These companies aren't just attending the party, they're making themselves at home, and they're not here to play nice. This isn't David versus Goliath, it's Goliath versus Goliath. The stakes are enormous, and the competition is fierce, with each titan bringing its own arsenal to the table. These companies aren't just copying Nvidia's GPUs, they're investing billions to design and manufacture their own custom AI chips, tailored to their specific needs and ambitions. Huawei's Ascend, Amazon's Trainium, and Google's TPUs aren't just alternatives, they're highly specialized, often outperforming Nvidia's chips for certain workloads, like language processing or cloud-based AI. Here's the twist: Amazon and Google aren't just rivals. They're also Nvidia's biggest customers, buying thousands of Nvidia chips for their data centers every year. By making their own chips, they're essentially firing their top supplier, cutting out the middleman, and taking control of their own technological destiny. It's as if your 2 best clients suddenly become your fiercest competitors overnight, turning the business relationship upside down. This shift is nothing short of a strategic earthquake for Nvidia, shaking the very foundations of the AI hardware industry. The battle isn't just for market share, it's for the soul and future direction of AI hardware, with each company vying to set the standard. Will the future belong to a single dominant platform, or will a diverse ecosystem of custom solutions emerge, each optimized for different needs and industries? For Nvidia, the stakes couldn't be higher. the company now faces a defining moment: adapt and innovate, or risk being left behind in the very revolution it helped ignite. First up, Huawei, the Chinese tech giant caught in a geopolitical tug-of-war. US export controls cut Huawei off from Nvidia's best chips, aiming to cripple its ambitions. Instead, Huawei doubled down, creating its own Ascend AI chips. With Nvidia locked out, Huawei quickly filled the vacuum in China's massive market. Chinese giants like Baidu and Tencent now turn to Huawei, not Nvidia. Ironically, US policy helped create a powerful self-sufficient rival. Nvidia's response? Watered-down chips for China, but they can't match Huawei's homegrown power. The market is now fractured by politics, not just technology. For Nvidia, China is no longer a guaranteed gold mine. Huawei's rise proves that in tech, innovation and politics are inseparable. Now let's talk Amazon, the landlord of the internet. For years, Amazon Web Services bought mountains of Nvidia GPUs, but Amazon decided to build its own. Inferentia for running AI, Trainium for training it. With Trainium 2, Amazon is all in on this strategy. Every AI workload run on Amazon's chips is money Nvidia loses. Amazon now offers customers a choice: Nvidia's premium brand or its own cost-effective alternative. This puts direct pressure on Nvidia's pricing power and margins. Amazon's slow, steady siege is eroding Nvidia's fortress of profit. Then there's Google, the original AI tinkerer. Google built its own tensor processing units, TPUs, long before the AI boom. These custom chips powered breakthroughs like AlphaGo and real-time translation. Now Google rents out its latest TPUs to the public through Google Cloud. This makes Google not just a customer but a direct competitor to Nvidia. For certain massive AI models, TPUs can outperform Nvidia's GPUs. Developers now have a real alternative to Nvidia's hardware and software. Google's deep expertise and unique architecture are a compelling draw. The illusion of Nvidia's monopoly is shattered. The AI chip wars just got another major front. As of December 2025, Nvidia is still a giant. $4.5 trillion market cap, $39 billion in quarterly revenue. It controls over 90% of the data center GPU market. But look closer. Profit margins are slipping below the legendary 70%. Wall Street is cautious. Growth is slowing from triple digits to just 62%. The law of large numbers is catching up. Doubling revenue gets harder at this scale. The market expects perfection, and any slowdown makes investors nervous. Nvidia is enjoying its best days, but the threats are real and growing. The numbers reflect past dominance, but the future is uncertain. Competitors are landing more punches. Nvidia is still standing, but the 12th round is underway. Nvidia faces more than just competition. The first big risk, an AI spending slowdown. Tech giants can't keep buying chips forever. Then there's government interference. US export bans have already cost Nvidia the China market and fueled Huawei's rise. Regulatory risks could get worse, with more countries building walls around their markets. The biggest long-term threat? In-house silicon. Amazon and Google are just the start. More companies will design their own chips, eroding Nvidia's market share and pricing power. All these risks are converging at once. Nvidia's future growth is no longer guaranteed. Is Nvidia giving up? Not a chance. Its new Blackwell chips are engineering marvels, keeping it ahead in raw performance. But Nvidia's real weapon is software. Its CUDA platform is the backbone of AI development. Switching from Nvidia means rewriting code and leaving a rich ecosystem behind. This software moat locks in customers and makes switching costly. Nvidia is also expanding into new markets: self-driving cars, robotics, and more. Its technology powers Tesla, Waymo, and Amazon's robots. By diversifying, Nvidia is building new revenue streams beyond cloud giants. Relentless innovation, deep software, and new markets. This is Nvidia's counterattack. The empire isn't crumbling, it's fighting back on every front. The war for AI hardware is far from over. So, what's next? As the sun rises on a new chapter in the world of technology, the landscape is shifting faster than ever before. The days of a single company reigning supreme are coming to an end, and the industry is bracing for a wave of change that will redefine the future of AI and computing. Nvidia's era of 70% margins and near monopoly is over. For years, Nvidia set the pace, driving innovation and capturing the lion's share of the AI chip market. But the winds of change are blowing, and the company now faces challenges it hasn't seen before. The competition is here to stay. Rivals, both old and new, are stepping up with bold strategies, fresh ideas, and deep pockets, determined to carve out their own share of this lucrative market. Nvidia will remain a dominant force, but it's no longer the only game in town. The company's leadership will be tested as never before, as it adapts to a world where innovation comes from every direction. More competition means lower prices and more innovation. As new players enter the field, consumers and businesses alike will benefit from a wider range of choices and faster technological progress. The AI chip market will be fragmented, no longer dominated by a single giant, but instead filled with specialized solutions tailored to different needs and regions. Nvidia will likely continue to lead in high-end GPUs, powering the most advanced AI models in research labs around the world. Meanwhile, Amazon and Google are building custom chips for their own massive data centers, and Huawei is establishing dominance in China's rapidly growing tech sector. For consumers and businesses, this is great news. More choice, lower costs, and faster progress. The pace of innovation will accelerate, and new opportunities will emerge for startups and established companies alike. The AI revolution's future will be shaped by fierce competition, not a single king. The next breakthroughs could come from anywhere, and the race is wide open. Nvidia's own success created the conditions for its dominance to be challenged. By pushing the boundaries, it inspired others to innovate and compete. Now it must fight on multiple fronts against the world's biggest tech giants. The battle for AI supremacy will be fierce, unpredictable, and global. The king isn't dead, but the kingdom is about to be divided. The next era of AI will be defined by collaboration, rivalry, and relentless innovation.